breakdown. What can we expect as we fly in?
Optic Texas, this is their best hard point. They know what it's like to play on hotel. They got 6,000 fans in the arena behind them. The energy is insane, but here we go into the map number 1. We know about P1s. It's not about fighting for a majority of this time. It's all about those next set of kills so you can win the rotation. But with the Subliners getting a clean 4 dead, 15 seconds off P1, all ready to start, you will take that.
Yeah, and we talked about it, right? When it comes down to the vetoes, for Texas especially, right? You want to see them come out, look solid off the rip. Given that New York, Jay, they love themselves some hotel no matter what it is.
No matter what it is. They have like a 14-11 record. They played it a lot. They know what it's like to play this map, but Optic Texas just has to do what they do best, and that's allow the SMGs to fly. That's a clean 3 dead. The spawns now flip. Optic Texas currently in control.
That you put yourself in the best position possible right now if you're Optic. You've got those spawns next for P2. However, as we say that, player 2, player 3 out of the picture, instantly things flip, and now it is New York with the current 4v1 advantage. Only player alive right now is going to be Hook, doing what he can to stay up. New York, they sniff him out, and right now they're in possession of the time.
And that's already good work out of the Subliners because you're going up against Optic Texas, who are the #1 in rotation win percentage on hotel. You start off at the P2 with the early spawns. You're making the kills a lot easier, spawning Optic Texas all the way across the map. They have not been able to contest this P2. That's already 30 seconds down, but Optic Texas is still gonna apply the pressure. Everyone through spa side, they find 3, but Priest finds 3 of his own. It's now a 1-on-1 in the hill.
All right, P-Dog, he's come to play a massive 1v1 inside of the hard point, and it is gonna be Kismet who takes it. So you're looking at that scoreboard and you're already seeing a massive lead accrued. Also, one thing to keep in mind, a few Optic players once more are out of the fight. So we're talking about New York walking away with time at the player hardpoint, and again, Jay, having man count advantage at the next one.
Yeah, New York are doing exactly what they need to do. Making sure they're controlling the spawns, putting more bodies off the rotation. Now starting off with this initial time, the only player towards the back end is going to be Ghosty. He's trying to wait for his teammates to apply the pressure through the front, but Skies reads it beautifully, cannot find a turn and burn onto Hoop, but the contest is back and forth. Hydra takes down 2, Priesta and Shotzi are trading, but New York come out on top.
Oh my goodness, it's an all-out brawl right now inside of the kitchen. Too many cooks, but right now it is New York that are the ones frying, nearly that 100-point mark. As here comes Optic once more, they desperately need to hop in, get some of these seconds. But Priesta is going on a tear, and New York again come out on top in the trades as they will reach that century mark.
They are just trading so efficient right now. Everyone is in the right position to put themselves in those engagements, but New York Subliners now reach that 100-point mark. Now off the rotation, finally, Optic Texas are going to be the team here early, but you have to focus on where Kismet is. He's trying to make the play through back spa. He knows his teammates are going to apply the pressure through the front. Do Optic know his positioning?
Did he just spawn there? It doesn't matter. At least Optic are able to find him regardless if it was the smarts or if it was the given success. Texas are there to find him. We battle once more now inside of the front of the bar. But it's Priesta, it's New York again, Jay, who are coming out on top. Last time that we saw Optic play this map, it was on Hotel. They saw dominance over at the kitchen. They saw dominance at this hard point. The script is flipped right now. New York are doing the exact same thing that Optic did to Boston yesterday.
Yeah, this is unbelievable, the way that New York are so far coming out swinging in this map number 1. The fundamentals are in play, the teamwork, the trade, everything is going right. As they find another 3 in the feed, and they already have bodies off the rotation. So right now, Optic Texas, they're playing from the back foot. They need to be able to cut their losses, get a great hold to try to get back into this game. They find the kill onto Kismet, but now you have to break in towards Diner, which is not easy to do.
Jay, you said the #1 thing, right, for New York is it's really about rotations. It feels like every single time they are put in a position to succeed. Optic struggling, but there you go. A little bit of light inside of the restaurant. We peel back the curtains, and now we'll see if Texas can start to dig deep, get themselves right back in this game. And that 40 seconds would surely do it. Battles going on around the outside. It's an instant 3-for-1 trade. Dash is the only one here.
That's just too easy right there for the Subliners. Priesta makes it happen, but the teammate is in. Ghosty and Shotzi, it's now time to strike. We gotta get this 25. Big time from Optic Texas to work their way back in towards the Diner. Gonna put them at the 80-point mark, but we know going over towards this flat hill, you have to fight for kitchen control. Subliners start off with the early 2 in the feed, and now Ghosty, He's the only player in towards kitchen. You have to wait for your teammates to make a play. Him and Hoop combine for 2, and now they can just sprint on forward. Potentially a couple players from New York are going to spawn on the opposite side of the map, but they get the close spawn towards mid, so they're going to be the team there first.
Optic, you want to try to group up. On the other side for New York, you're trying to stagger the push. Try to eliminate as many players from the fray as possible. It's about to be a headbutt over toward top parking, and it's New York once again coming out on top of these brawls. Another rotation 1 and kills that are very fruitful. 152 to 76. Shotzi trying to get things going for the roster. Jay, you can tell he is struggling right now. The entirety of the team having issues finding kills.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna have issues finding kills when you're spawning all the way across the map, and New York are fully set up off the rotation every single time. They're holding down the power positions. Your SMGs have to try to win some world star gunfights, and that's not been the case so far, but the beatdown right there from Ghosty at least takes down 1, and Optic Texas find a break with only 15 seconds left. But the Subliners, you take that. You're up 100 points. We're going to the second half of the hard points, and Hydra just earned himself a cruise.
Oh, and he's going to keep going as well. The French Phenom now at 7. We'll see if he can reach double digits. Making Optic feel it. Oh, he wanted another. Eventually falls. 100-point advantage for New York as we reset here in hard points. Let's step aside and see how the comms are sounding with the Subliners.
Nice. No, look at that spot. Yeah, nice.
One shot, duck. Nice.
Everyone.
Get C4. Yes, get C4. Stay here. Yo, do not move the whole time. Do not move the whole time.
I have all right. TV. Wait, no. He's front side, laying down. Our side hill, left side. Yeah, right here.
Yes,
are you good? Spawn down.
Yo, this one.
Yep, go new.
Yo,
take your time out here. They're gonna be new.
Yo, what's P4? Contest that.
I'm in the back.
One more. Contest spawn P4.
I'm holding the back, right?
I'm holding lobby. Contest spawn. Lobby.
Go to spot. Dash shield. Dash shield.
Secret coming in new. Secret, new pillar. Watch out. Absolute left side.
New and secret.
Secret wall, guys. Watch out.
Back secret weak.
Secret wall.
I think he might push out.
You sec. I spawn mid.
He's back.
Yeah, back 5. Secret one over. Secret one. You secret one shot. You're good. I'm back in the back.
Probably engine, guys.
The secret.
I have your hole.
Stay down for engine. Stay down.
Engine dead.
I'm blocking the spawn.
Yo, give me lobby. I'm one shot. Hold my hard block.
I know.
Okay.
Engine dead.
Nice. Back up, kids.
All mid and right. Unless they spawn.
The Subliners just continue to roll. Technically, they can still win the game over at this hard point. But Jay, I remember so early in the season when the Subliners team was seeing struggles in our Major 1 qualifiers, everybody was talking about the communication. Look at them now, right? They are rolling. Comms are fiery. Hydra is leading calls from time to time. This team that we worried about at the start of the year now is putting on an unreal hardpoint performance here on Hotel versus one of the best hardpoint teams that we have in the game.
That was just some beautiful communication, like you said, though, because Hydra, when he first joins the CDL, he couldn't even speak English fluently. He didn't know how to communicate with his teammates, but now he's directing them. Priesta, do not move, and that leads to great time over towards P2, but Optic Texas is still not out of this game. They're going in towards the kitchen hill, which was the money hill versus Boston Queens, but it's just too easy right now from the Subliners as they get a clean 4 dead. Only 15 seconds until they take map 1.
Yeah, if they're not rotating early, they're breaking the hard point. This is just looking to be over soon. 10 more points before we call it curtains. This has got to be one of the more dominant hard point losses for Optic, unless they can find an answer. But it's another 4 down. And how about the start here from New York?
Subliners just come out and punch Optic right in the face. They had a 16-4 record on Hotel. They chose Team A. They picked that map number 1. But the Subliners, the thing that they needed to focus on was beating Optic Texas in those rotations. Optic are number 1. New York Subliners are number 6, around the middle of the pack. But when you are winning every single rotation, setting up properly, winning those first engagements of those gunfights, you are forcing Optic Texas to play a little bit different, to start to scatter their pushes, to start to scatter their breaks, to try to figure out a way in. But every single time they started trading, it was always Subliners who came out on top. 250 to 130 is the final score. I think the biggest thing that I'm paying attention to, at least off this map number 1 for Optic Texas, is the SMGs. Yeah, we know when Shotzi and Hoop go crazy, every single